Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Welcome back to this arena run part 2. Going straight into game number 3. Okay, we're going first, so with that in mind, we have to... Okay, we can remove something, we can steal something. We have a little bit too much removal, but enough for experimental remedy to be quite effective here. So I don't mind that at all. At the same time, it might be a little bit of an overkill, so we'll drop you. We need you for round 3, so unfortunately don't want you here at the moment. Okay. We'll play the Artificer once again as a easy proactive play. Depending on the use of cards of our opponent's side of the board, we might go Reinforced Trebuchet after that. How do I feel about going up against Imprisonment? Very, very tough. I think so here, pretty easy play. I think Imprisonment is gonna stop us hard in our tracks. I feel that this leader ability is going to...
I swear it upon the gods, I will avenge my father. I never miss.
I hope that didn't require an explanation. I think that was a straightforward play and that needed to be done. So, yeah, it's like... In the first 2 games, we relied heavily on the freight to get us value. We also, Obo really came down, he helped out. The Beast is also pretty good about that, so there's a lot here that we can actually grab that next turn if we really want to from his graveyard, but we don't. I don't know, it's only missing 1 point in value if we unlock it now. So that's all we're gonna miss is just 1 proc here, and I don't feel like that's too great. Unless we follow up with an Uromancy and we get... where's our movement unit? The Varhead Dragoon. So do I feel that it's worth it here? I mean, this is gonna come... will be so handy going forward that... I don't feel that it is the most important unlock we have. I'll also just use our TA now here. It is a pretty safe use of TA considering how much damage you put into it, so I'm not afraid of any kind of reset. That wouldn't do much, and if he wants to keep throwing damage into our Sintra Artificer, we don't mind too much. It's not doing anything. Reason for this line of play is I just want to open up a line for MST to come down. We could also just take care of that next turn with Upgrade Marauder, not that it's necessary, but the MST play, it's an okay 6 points worth of value, so...
Follow me this way.
Yeah, just keep dashing out, putting points in there as if it matters. Okay, so do we just take the 6 points here? Or do we... I mean, that's 6, that's 6. That's 0 right now, unless we unlock the Trebuchet. We can also Uromancy into... What would be the best Uromancy for us? At the moment, nothing really. Caravan Vanguard isn't the worst, but it's also really not something to aspire to. Honestly speaking, a lot of this I'm almost okay with just passing here. I know we don't have the best cards, but
You waste my time.
shut up. See, like that right there, I feel like we might have been able to save that for something slightly more powerful down the line. While having that thought process though, I also wanted to make sure that we play something at a reasonable pace where our opponent now decides to commit one of the stronger cards to either take over and we pass, or play something to match our pace, stays just under our point total, and we can then decide what to do. And also I should emote, by the way. There's that Gotta get those 1,000 emotes in eventually. Always forget to do so. Okay. You can go first. I'm okay with keeping the experimental remedy here. I won't be going too far into the round to make for it to be worth anything. I don't really have a proactive play as well, though I could Uromance into something. Yeah, experimental remedy, I think you're the worst. Okay, what is our goal count now? 1, 2. What is a decent Uromancy? 3. A decent Uromancy here as a proactive play. I mean, the Carrack Freight is 1, but that's a round 3 play. The Cavern Vanguard is another. If we don't Cavern Vanguard, what do we do? Not much at all. Yeah, we'll Cavern Vanguard here.
From white sands to
It's
snows.
just thinning our deck for round 3 so we get a better draw. That's all the intention of that card at the moment. But depending on how opponent answers this, I'm tempted to push with Odo. I'm genuinely just tempted to give that push right now with Odo, and it's
Oh, looks like some light reading.
it is an interesting prospect. So basically, if we do now decide to push with Odo here, what are we getting? We're getting 1 point of value every turn, since we only have units. The Sly Seductress is also getting 1 point of value every turn, so we're all basically playing a 6 point or an 8 point Sly Seductress. We do need the long round for these Terror of the Sea and the Ockus to do their magic. Without those two, and we need to mulligan in the last round, how else do we win? Beast and Garrison, I guess?
Discipline shall bring us victory. Who is to die?
That's fine. This is where our caretaker comes in. And unlocks that. We are now 11 points ahead. I think those two plays together just put a staggering amount of points on board. I am going to Prince Willem next. We got 1, 2, 3. So we have a...
Child, return her to me.
Okay. So now, this is perfect. I was gonna Prince Willem. I was gonna grab our lock to lock his Sly Seductress and then get away with points, but we got a leader charge out of him. We got him on even points, so that means every single point he plays here is an overcommitment. Though I do suspect he's gonna have to play something he was not saving for round 3. So this is a very okay push. So also get boiling oil out of his hand. Very that was a very whatchamacallit. A very nice sight to see. So we got our garrison, we got our gate. The only thing left is Margarita. So Willem is not looking great. We'll start off with the... I'm trying to mulligan straight from my hand. We'll start off with the Uncrate Marauder. Okay, you... Oh! God! Damn it.
Brothers, we charge on 3.
Oh, man. Also, that needs to go immediately. Oh, that hurt my soul so much. It was a 1 in, I think, 9 or 10 chance to pick that up, and we did it. And I was playing the odds there that we need to put a stop to this immediately. This is not a joke. This is not a drill, people. This is the real deal. There's very problematic cards on the board right now that could nullify our entire strategy when it comes to Uckfist and could boiling oil that. We could lock it and bring it on our side of the board. We could even riot brigade. Actually, a Vargad Dragoon here is not the best play. It's not the worst play. Other than that, what do we have in our hand? Deal with it? Nothing. This is gonna get discarded. This is just a dead card. We're playing with the card down. I know this is very aggressive, but we have to be very aggressive.
Them to a man.
We have to be just very aggressive here. Our opponent
Impressive.
is gonna be very tough. Yeah, this is a very slow play by him, which
Stand no weaklings. I see no role in it for you.
okay. I want to play the beast here, but the beast is not worth anything, honestly. Is this the turn we just pass and see where our opponent goes with this, or okay, let's do this. What do we do? It's gotta go down eventually. It's, you know, gonna get locked eventually, and we have the opportunity right now to just put that out there. I'm still... Oh my gosh, that's... Okay. We have to now really act upon this. I think I'll start off with so we can keep our engine going. I'm gonna do this, but I need something to be locked. I can't have this lock flying around for this long. It's really hurting us.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And the longer he doesn't play that lock, the longer we're in jeopardy. And it's really... There we go. There we fucking go. Thank you. Walter of the Sea has to come down right now. If we don't put this down now, we've lost the game. It needs... Uckfist needs to get off. And Wild of the Sea needs to get off. They don't have an option here. Please, 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 please! Oh! My soul! It hurts so much. It hurts so much.
Give
Man.
1/4.
The pain is so hard. You know, the chances of Uckfist dying there were always high, so...
Black Cat, who knows?
Yes,
prominent
you.
lord.
Have
A
you
witch,
made your
no doubt
offer?
about it.
We don't have a choice here, so this is gonna happen.
You will answer my questions. Then I will tear out your tongue.
Whatever. We don't care. This was a no-brainer. He's got, he's gonna get 6 points to spend, and we...
Never thought I'd look so damn fetching in feathers.
Ouch. 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 You know what really sucks? Is there was a small chance
I'll show my mother she's wrong.
that saw us win this game. There was not even a small chance. I think if Aquas stayed alive there, we would have won the game. I honestly believe if Aquas had stayed alive there and we were able to go down a different line of play, we could have had the victory. But when am I gonna do this? Who knows? It's not the time. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate, but you know what? We'll do it before bedtime sometime or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was very painful. I'm just mumbling on, trying to, you know, mask the pain. But starting to talk about other things like, the journey is so cool. I love the journey. When am I gonna finish it? Don't know. Maybe sometimes before bedtime. Play a few games of Gwent as a relaxation tool on the phone. Yeah, let's talk about that. How are we gonna complete those journey quests? You know. Man, that Philippa that was.
All we've left.
I know, right? That's all I have left too. It's pride. I had these 3 great games with 9 wins, and then I was trying to do that sound, but that came out like a fart. Still an appropriate sound effect. This arena is a fart. This arena is just a fart. All right, just get out of here. You just get out of here. Everybody, just everybody get out of here. You know what? The whole team is benched. Nobody's playing next game. The whole team. T-Boy's like, but Alba. I'm gonna boiling oil that so quick. You don't even. Thank you. The reason I'm boiling oil that so quick is because experimental remedy just went up 10 points. That was a gift. And the fact that he hasn't used his invigorate here, we're gonna push the crap out of this round. Mark my words, this is going to be a round where our opponent's going to wonder how and wonder why. Yesterday saw a victory in the blue sky, but all he can see now is Northcott ruining the fun. Okay. Do we just go for it now? Do we just if we do go for it now, obviously we will have to Prince Vellum to try get Odo, or we'll have to commit T-Ball. And I'm all down for pushing this round, so yes. Let's bring the Fred on our side. Let's see what our opponent has to do with it. How does our opponent feel about his own freight ship, huh? There was a battle. We threw boiling oil at the ship sank, and then we sent divers in there to retrieve the ship and all its skeleton crew and say, you know what, we're sorry for what we did to you, but we offered to... But through this experimental remedy, we have brought you all back to life.
The north, Temeria.
Okay.
Gods are blowing fair winds today.
Very, very, honestly, very aggressive play here. Am I worried about the bleed? A little bit. But at the same time, I do want to get the ship going because it's going to win us this round. Alternatively, we could just give it a little bit more survivability with a quick boost, but we are going to be missing on 2 points of value. We could also purify it. Our other lines of play here will see it lose a little bit of value in the long term, but at the same time, the promise that the ship is going to offer us, I think it's worthwhile to keep it alive. So we'll start off by giving it that big boost in survivability, also giving us a chance to play one of our less desired cards out of our hand, and presenting us with a very strong push in the next turn. The commitment, it's quite a bit commitment. This is, sorry. In terms of commitment, this is basically a engagement level of commitment. We're getting down on one knee. We're looking at the freight ship in the eyes now. We're saying, baby, I'm sorry I threw boiling oil on you. I'm sorry that I used experimental remedy to bring you back from the dead. But I feel like if we can make this work.
Give no quarter!
Corpses overboard. Live ones to the cage.
So we'll make it work. Now we take a moment of silence, because the ship has accepted our proposal, as you can see. It is primed and ready to offer us some more crewmen.
I propose we present them 2 scabbardless swords.
Now I really wish I had played T-Ball after tactical. Oh, another boat comes down. So he's gonna just go in and try and match our power. Okay, that's okay, because I think here it's a very good time to play Prince Willem to disrupt
Sometimes submission is a virtue.
that ability. We get Okvist. We're not happy to see Okvist, obviously, but he's a human soldier too. If we lock this down now, we would be in 7th heaven. So yes, the ship will get 1 charge, but it will not find another human or another soldier. Oh, Invigorate comes down right now for 5 points. This is huge for us.
I need your hand!
Wow, there's just so much that happened there. Okay, if we get 2 here, we're on 29. Plus we can put this up to 39, and then if we use our leader charge, we take it. We just take it. He also has 1 point standing by there, so he's actually on 45. So from 39, we need at least 6 points in value. This would be that 6 points we need. Alternatively, another option would be just to be a little bit slower here and not take my card down, but we are in just such a blessed position in terms of what we can do and the cards we have at our disposal that I feel this is perfect. Now, okay, the 2 bleeds put us 1 point behind. Maybe I miscalculated there. I forgot to look at our bleeds. I was so focused on our opponent's side of the board that I just forgot to look back down at our bleeds. But our...
Slaughter them to a man!
You are a human soldier, bruv. So you're gonna get us that value that we are asking for. And you come down for 6. He can't stop the Marine. We already know this. The rest of our cards, okay, that's gonna be definitely an 8-point play. We don't have anything we want to... Yeah. Okay, Caretaker, come down, please. Help us out with this. We can't be losing a single point of value right now. We are steamrolling. We are just... Even with these 2 lost cards, they are not a problem for us. Ooh, I didn't suspect that. I honestly didn't suspect that. It's still fine. It's actually still more than fine. We're producing tremendous amount of points. Every turn. It's 4 points a turn. His Corsair is counted by our Caretaker, so this is negative value for him now. It's all, I missed the part where he spent Ignorant. I genuinely missed it. Heatwave for T-Bor. So now here's the interesting take. We can take a tie here. Do we take a tie and play on 3 cards? Do we take a tie and play on 3 cards? The tie comes in, here's 4, that puts us to 50. We clear the bleed and we play our 5 points here, which puts us at 55, and then we decide, do we want to play a 3-round a 3-round hand. I mean, I don't really, but if we get incredibly lucky, we could see something really cool happen. Also, our point can't invigorate, so the more cards he has, the... It's a gamble. It's just it's a really interesting gamble to make, and we're gonna pause it. I need to grab our ship, and I need Odo to get that ship going in order to win round 3. Drawing those 2 specific cards plus the mulligans out of the 15 in our deck, it seems, as you can see, it would have been quite a test of... Okay, so we got one piece of the puzzle. Also, I love this animation. It's the illusion of constant movement, that the ship is never stopping, just like Will and Trettenmouth, that makes that animation rather stunning.
He's with humans?
We'll play our 5 points here. Get that out there. Worst out of the best situation. Would have preferred to throw away some other cards, but we have to make do with what we have here. Okay, so now Uromancy. Amnesty is not bad. I'm actually gonna keep that. You are the best, so you go down first. We get Odo. And the only question now becomes, how much do we want to commit to Odo? We could obviously go a Caravan Guard and then drop Odo in between. But we have to take the risk here. I believe this is the right course of action. As a backup action, then if the freight does get removed, we can do Caravan Vanguard at the back, play Odo, play our...
Also them, no other way.
Black Rail at the moment only does 1 ping, so
Her Majesty is...
we're gonna put 1 point onto the battlefield to counteract Rayla's ping here. The safe option would have been to assassinate that right away, but I feel...
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Unfortunate turn of events, but at the same time we do have an answer for that. Our ship gets 8 points in value. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, the emissary obviously is not a nice thing to see, but it's not the end of the world. You're not a soldier. We could assassinate the emissary right off the bat and start getting the ship value again, but that would be rather frugalous. Having said that, okay. Spreading out the points seems like the best course of action, so
by stars in the night sky is guided.
I'm okay with that. That's a beautiful ping. We are, you know, quite a bit ahead. Having said that, these last 2 cards could... Okay, so that puts us on even. I only have 5 points left, 6 points in total. I could... No, that would be incredibly stupid. So, beautiful hit by the trebuchet, preventing any thrive there. Igni comes down. Ooh! Nerve-wracking! But the bronzes beat the golds, and Igni could not do anything to us thanks to the low value of our deck. Fantastic. 3 wins in a row. Keep in mind that these are the 3 easiest wins to get. Now we start battling out for 4th. Oh, 4th, you cursed position. Let's do it.
Vanon Crate.
Alright. Mr. Uncrate coming down here, complimenting us on a heart of an Uncrate. Such a dead card. So a bunch of just useless cards right now. I mean, much better replacement. Okay. Yuzagurn coming down, very aggressive by our opponent. I'm never gonna remove that. Putting any kind of work into grabbing Yuzagurn is a waste of time. So basically that's a very powerful statement by our opponent. The best way I could do it, I guess, is lock and bring it onto my side, but because the deploy ability doesn't trigger, it just dies. So do not do that. This locks an enemy unit, then spawns a base copy of it in the opposite row and boosted by 2. Base copy does not come with the armor. Having said that, let's take this out. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we'll start off nice and slow. Artificer as always. We're not gonna take this round by any means. The kind of card you want in this kind of situation is a Gascon. You wouldn't want a Sapper. You want a Gascon because Gascon, that additional 4 points in his that he adds to the board is substantial and it is game winning. Whereas when you just have a Sapper, I believe it's Sapper that removes the armor, right? You just have a Sapper. Very aggressive, but really strong opening. I mean, it's quite a statement to the kind of deck he has. If you're willing to drop down 2 golds at this rate, then I do bet you have very strong hand. So what do we want to do? We want to minimize the push potential in round 2 while maximizing our hand quality going forward. Hitting either of these is quite useless. The lock is too powerful to just give away to him on a whim. The freight is just gonna go, does so much work for us in the late game that all of these options seem rather bad. So what I'll do is I'll just hit the Yuzagurn here, bring it down to 7, give our opponent the fake illusion that we're gonna be getting rid of that from his side of the board. I will say, when you do see a beautiful card like Yuzagurn come down, you do wish you had an Ozro. It's a very difficult decision to make here.
All I need.
I would have loved to have stolen that from him, but it's not gonna be an option, so we'll just dump another garbage card down, and we're getting pretty close to us just wanting to pass here. The objective here obviously is to get our opponent down to 6 cards, 5 cards, preferably 4, though we are running out of ways to do that.
Take more than that to stop me.
Okay, what is the last card we can just throw out from our deck here that we don't need? The Trebuchet is very interesting. The Trebuchet is pretty good, so we'll grab that Trebuchet. Once again, not the most powerful or needed unit going forward. The Beast I don't need here. It's not gonna get that value. I mean, we could definitely go for the Yuzagurn kill if we felt inclined to do so, but this right now puts enough on the board for me to at least push a few more cards with Tibor and how do we take this round actually? If he passes now, what do we do to win? Okay, luckily he didn't pass now. What? This is the only Scoia'tale unit he has, or Scoia'tale warrior he had. Man, that we gave our opponent such a just an open opportunity to pass there. I don't think we could have made it in 2 cards. I think we were really far behind, but we're alright to stop here. But years ago, you know, if we had an Igni, if we had a Scorch, a Heat Wave maybe, a Yennefer's Invocation, there's a lot of good cards that could have helped us out there that might have seen this round go differently, but that very aggressive opening play, I feel we have to respect it. Okay, Experimental Remedy. You're worth 4 points here. Or 5. The Garrison, which I hate, can be a great way to pass the round and apply that pressure we want. MST is also pretty good, I think. I mean, this hand is genuinely... This hand feels good enough. The thing is, it's not the best hand it's not the hand we want, but what it is it is a good round 2 hand. It borders on 2 points where it's like, okay, you can start off slow. So in this situation, if our opponent feels the need to pass, there we go. We still have enough in the hand to just pass the round, or alternatively we could have pushed if we were forced to do so. Now, this is a very early pass. Garrison's going to be a lot of points to commit here, and do I feel that Garrison is not better than the cards we have in hand? Truthfully speaking, Margarita is the least powerful unit here, but what she can do, what she can put a stop to, is incredible. And as our only source of luck, it's very difficult to just part with her on a whim. Akvist, that combo, we have to keep aiming for that combo if we aim to win the game, so Akvist just feels also a little too much to give up. So because of that, I will commit 10 points here. Very difficult decision, but the Freight can get more than 10 points once it gets going. The Akvist, once again with our ship, is a phenomenal combo that we have to aim for to be competitive. So having said that, okay, MST is not looking like the worst card here, but so is the Vanguard. Villain is not the worst. Let's just see, what is our gold count? 1, 2, 3. So Villain gets us whatever we want. Cool. So we'll keep Villain. I think the Lyrian Sidemen feels like the worst, but we don't have a way to bring units down for enemies to take over. I'm okay with this. So we can start off with a Villain, but what do we do? Odo? No, not good enough. I feel like the Marine has to. It doesn't have to go down now, but without the Marine going down, what do we do? Akvist? No. Do we play Caretaker? No. All these have orders, but that doesn't matter because when you play them down, they need to be used immediately just so that they're not removed. So, you know, our lock here is desired. If he locks us down, I'd actually be quite happy with that. just because we have the caretaker and it gives him a role very early on to take up and be that rock for us in the back, while the other cards that we're going to rely on heavily can almost do what they need to do without. Very smart to do that. Otherwise, I would have grabbed assassination so quickly from the deck. You would have been asking yourself some questions. We can do Odo here now.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
We can definitely do an auto play there. Get that ship primed. Get those points. He's not devoted. Not that that means much for the super general. Okay, that's a pretty good. That's a very good target for us. I can't scoff at that. That is actually such a great engine that I'm gonna just grab that right away, get that going on our side of the board. It's gonna do wonders. And there's just no way I can let that pass. Have to say villain for the Terror of the Sea. At the same time, the beast is a little bit tempting here and there. We could. All these cards want to be played, but they just don't have the room to be played at this exact moment. So we're gonna do Caretaker here. We'll just start moving some Doom from these units. No real reason to do it, but I'm gonna convert this into a boost for us pretty soon. Though the distributing damage is also quite nice for us. It puts our opponent's units in the red, where we want to see them, where that Terror of the Terror. Why do I keep saying Terror of the Sea? Wild Boar of the Sea. It's so bad. Where Wild Boar of the Sea wants to see our units. You know, when that Wild Boar comes into play, it looks at our opponent's side of the board and I see it goes, weaklings, weaklings, weaklings. You are now punished. But while they're at full strength. Okay, so he's going for the shield. That minimizes potential
Light our path.
minimizes our potential damage with what didn't if we lose by 2 points, let's keep it a secret that I didn't click. Okay, gonna be a secret between you and me. Okay, just we don't lose here. Damn it. Why did I do that? I just forgot. I'm excited to get the game going. I'm excited to, you know, see where this goes. But I gotta be mindful. Gotta practice best practices. And always do.
First, you must learn to fly.
Okay, so before we do anything, we start off like that. Do you want to remove that or lock it? I think a removal here is pretty okay. We don't have anything we want to caretaker at the moment, so he can just chill out for a bit. You creepy man. Or you creepy thing. Man, I remember that fight in The Witcher. That was probably one of the best fights around. It was so unique, so different compared to every other enemy you've seen up till that point. And he just came down and did phenomenal work. Okay, I think I'm leaning over to almost the beast play early on, but at the same time I'm thinking to myself, like, what would be the point of that be? We're still looking for an amnesty target. Okay, I need you to target yourself. No, yourself. Click here. Fine, be like that. It's too early for a lot of these other things to be played. Well, Margarita here.
I hope we can trust you.
Our opponent is clearly having a hard time with removal, and I think that it is pretty safe to put Margarita down at 6. Right in between there, she can't be assassinated. She can't. A lot of removal can't deal with her at the moment, and it's gonna also put our opponent in a nasty situation where now he has to constantly play around this threat on the board. This hey. Well, thank you. I'm gonna actually say thank you for that. We're gonna just grab. I mean, it doesn't matter what we grab. What does matter is that we can now flip this over to start boosting if we really feel the need to, but we don't. We want this to get down to the red as soon as possible, so we'll leave things as they are. Okay, we're gonna grab this right here. And okay, beautiful. Now we've got that leveled out. We can actually afford to flip over the Boschling to start boosting units if we really feel the need to do that. Personally, don't feel the need to do that with where we are at the game. So how are we going to play this out? Pretty simply, we're going to go Aquist into Tibor. Then we're going to trigger Aquist and finish it off with a Prince Willem into the Wild Boar of the Sea.
Look what a werecap dragged in.
So not a problem. You can keep taking out these units all day long. Okay, so here's our Aquist play now. It is an interesting game when you're looking at it from this perspective. Like, we have a huge board. I mean, I think we've lost it. There's no way our opponent can catch up. I don't see it happening. We are well over 20 points ahead, and
This one is nearly drained. Fetch me another.
that is a phenomenal amount of points to get over, but wow, Vandergrift comes down, huh? Vandergrift, yeah, wow, that's it's amazing. And we'll wait one more turn. Aquest is not in any danger, so we can afford to wait for him to play his last card here, and then we can do something like that. We can't
what I'm doing.
I want to just point something out. This is why oh, he does have something. It's interesting. A little late, but okay.
We raid, we fight, we plunder. Full service.
Yeah, that was we never felt in position. I just want to see how that played out, but just for full disclosure, and I mean, if you're watching this and if you've, with the way I've been commentating on the way I was gonna play these cards out, wasn't that game 5 already? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Whatever. If you listen to the commentary, you probably suspect this already, but for some stupid reason, some unknown phenomenon in the universe, out there somewhere, it led me through unknown ways, mystic ways that you only know about in the witch world, led me to believe. It actually led me to believe that Prince Willem lets you choose what gold you play. But he does not. And I should really remember that, because I think it's gonna be a huge mistake. Still, nevertheless, we did
There is
play
but
that
one
on point.
punishment for traitors.
Alright, buddy. Nevertheless, yeah, we still play that on point, no matter whether I believe the villain lets you choose the gold or not. The truth of the situation is I was always going to play him last because the value of getting out the Wild Boar of the Sea. I'm going to just this card. Wild Boar of the Sea was so much greater than trying to get out some beast value, so I'm okay with that. With how that last game ended, just need to be diligent and remember. Remember that he does not let us decide. Prince Willem is a skellum. That is really annoying.
Let us put our steel to the test.
But we have an answer. That is the type of deal where we wanted MSD in our hand, so we could at least let one of them, we can steal one of them at a 3-point thrive, take half the value that our opponent put into that card and just yoink it on our side of the board. But it is more important to deal with the issue before it becomes a problem. We're pretty okay with that. What I'm thinking about now, is there any way, so we have Garrison in hand, we have the Vanguard, but we don't have much else unless we want to commit Odo here. What do we want to commit from our deck? You know, the NECA is not bad. Our experimental remedy here is honestly quite a decent threat to put on the board. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get another chance to experiment remedy something really great, but this puts enough onto the board of a threat that maybe he'll commit a lock, maybe he'll commit more points of removal than necessary to take down these NECAs. And with these NECAs, if we do get into procced off, what I'll do is I'll play the Cavern Vanguard in the melee row, give it the boost, opening up some Lyrian Scytheman opportunity. We could also garrison, so if these guys survive, let's do this. Let's go garrison front, let's go Caravan Vanguard front row. We then garrison the Uncrate Marauder. Oh, that's...
Stand no weaklings, I see no role in it for you.
How do we feel about that? Don't feel too threatened.
Our path over the earth by stars in the night sky is guided.
So we're gonna just rely on these boosts. I am going to garrison here, and the Lyrian Sideman will get 4 points, making a 7-point play, and I feel very good about that. Probably the most amount of points this little man's gonna get while playing with us, without Odo being on the board.
These wicked mages have muddled your
That's very
minds.
slow. We don't mind that at all, and what at least it gives us this line of play. So further boosts for our NECAs and a target for the reinforced trebuchets. Now at least I can get some points off. With the 10 points we have sitting here, we're currently sitting on 29. Little bit of a problem, just a little bit of a problem, considering that we're really looking forward to using those boosts. Without them, is there any way or anything we can do to really mitigate that? For 3 turns, that's gonna be, it's gonna get him quite a bit of value. So It's a very difficult decision to make. What I could do is, I mean, I could still garrison one of these knickers. Look, that's always gonna die. Even if you play a Thrive unit now, that dies. We can't get around that. What we can at least set up is something with garrisoning. I'm gonna do it here. It's not a multiple of 3. That's just playing around Geralt. It's the fact that they swapped around frost and fog effects can sometimes, if you've been playing the game for a really long time, you kind of get...
Anything in particular interest you?
I mean, honestly, that's, you know, it's a play. That is sort of a play, but at the same time, it's not... Yeah, that only has one proc left, so... And there's no way for me to negate that, so I think the Lyrian Incitement is going to get as much value as I can possibly imagine. The last proc of the Trebuchet before he dies is a very welcome one. We can say thank you for your service. You've done 2 points of damage. The Lyrian Incitement didn't do exactly what we thought he could. That's a little too late, buddy. But now we are at a very interesting part of the game. I think it is okay now to put down Aquist. I believe that doing an Aquist Wild Boar of the Sea play here is okay because we are in such a strong position. We're only leading by 1 point, but that 1 point means the world to our opponent, and we could easily see some grotesque value coming down now. Either from an opponent who has to really commit to win the round, or from the Wild Boar of the Sea. Okay, once again, what this gives us is an opportunity to just play it a little bit slower. Though this doesn't do much. What it does do is it keeps us 1 point ahead. We're gonna get 2 points from the side, so that puts us... Alright, that is quite the commitment by our opponent. I think we're gonna just lock that now. Still feeling okay with the line of play we have. I mean, we've committed the combo. So since the combo is committed, leaving it on even here could be the difference between a win and a loss. Our opponent can decide with pass and give us last say, or our opponent can decide, you know. But we are committed to doing... Okay, that's 2 points. Just need to be very careful about the point distribution going forward. So we do this.
You stand before royal majesty.
Okay, so let's just calculate this before we want to commit to the push. What are we looking at here? I shouldn't have locked this, by the way. This was useless. It would have been a little bit better without the lock. So what are we doing? Okay, we can, if we do Aquist, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We destruct that, so we get 3 points in value. Okay. And then the Wild Boar of the Sea comes down for another 3 points of value, which brings us to 48 and gives us the round. That's fine. And then Wild Boar of the Sea. Just enough, and I mean we might as well just unlock, do that, doesn't matter. Alright, so we won this on a card up. Didn't expect that at all. Quite a blessing. We did have to make some really huge commitments to get there. But I do feel like they've paid off. Uromancy will obviously always stay. Emissary is going to be the first one to go here. And we're going to just do a quick pause. Obviously, nothing we want to do here. We want to take our advantage and run with it. We cannot afford
think me
anything else.
defenseless? Think again.
Alright, so Mulligan, keep. Let's start first with the Emissary. That is the worst card here. What do we have for goals? We have the Beast and T-Bor. I'm happy with both of them. What we really need is the Karanak. This has just enough synergy for me to want to keep it, but realistically speaking, I know that it would be rather stupid. Rather, let's get something that has no synergy and use that. It was always the risk, but I was okay with making that risk. We did draw one of the weaker cards, but we could have drawn a weaker card, or we could have drawn one of our a little bit stronger units. Overall, I feel okay. If we Prince Willem now, if we get the Beast or we get T-Bor, we won't be too sad, but I do believe that the best thing we can do for ourselves is to try and prime. We could also skip the Karak and just go for pure gold value. This is also going to be getting 2 points a turn. Alright, we're skipping the value. We're going for just the Beast here. I do see the Beast making his way to... That's 8. So it's, if you just calculate this way, it's 8 now. Okay, fair enough. Either way, whether we play the ship or we play the Beast, it would result in the exact same thing. The only difference between the two was, well, nothing in this case. We can do a T-Bor play now, but let's prime Odo.
We must trust each other.
Once again, just because of the strength of our deck, I do feel it's just very important to try to squeeze out every possible
Not all
advantage.
battles need end in bloodshed.
Okay. If we get nothing to lock and bring to our side, what I will do is I will lock the Ikimara, or the Kakamara. How do you say Ikimara? Kakamara, bring it to our side, followed up by the Willem T-Bor play, which will give it 1 point of boost, so we can keep an eye on that. But, I mean, that is just way too juicy to not take up, so let's do the right thing. Just grab this right here. Also, let's not spend too much... oh. Now he is locked. I don't know, we don't have to spend anything at all, actually.
Blood and neck end. Civilian fire.
That puts us in risk of getting scorched. I am completely aware of that. But I don't think our opponent has it.
You wanted to tickle me?
I honestly believe our opponent...
Target acquired.
Oh, he's got a spell, and the Scorch is not gonna work now anymore, so we're fine. But I don't think he has Scorch. I think if I was him, when I played Reynard, there was an opportunity to Scorch him and get him out of here, but...
I'll show my mother she's wrong.
Long live the Emperor and scatter the lot!
I mean, that is beautiful. That honestly speaking, we played 9 points on our side of the board. We got 14. T-Ball was a mess there, but he still pulled this game through for us. Thank you for the wonderful game. And let's just move on to the next one. With 1 loss and 5 wins under our belt, we're feeling very confident. But before we move on, this has actually been quite a lengthy video. I didn't notice how fast this video went by. So I'm going to cut it here. I'll have part 3 for you tomorrow. But until then, peace out. Have fun.